1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 lily pads floating on top of this little pond. Oh, hi guys. I didn't see you there. I'm just counting lily pads. Do you know what likes to hop on lily pads? That's right, frogs. I am looking for some frogs. Frogs are a part of the family or group called amphibians. Amphibians are newts, salamanders, toads, and of course, frogs. Come on, let's learn more about frogs.
Calling all amphibians. Amphibian roll call, let's begin. That's strange. It seems we have some friends who don't belong. Can you help me sort out the amphibians from the rest? Come on, let's go and try our best.
Is this an amphibian? Yes, it is a frog. Is this an amphibian? No, it's an alligator. Is this an amphibian? No, it's a soft-shelled turtle. Is this an amphibian? Yes, it's a marble salamander. Is this an amphibian? No, it's a leopard gecko. Is this an amphibian? Yes, it's a tree frog. Is this an amphibian? Yes, it's a tiger salamander. Is this an amphibian? No, it's a snake. We did it! Wild reading time. Frog on the Log, written by Leland Pierre and illustrated by Joel Drudemy. Down by the woods where the river runs through, by a creaky old hut and a leaky canoe, set a marvelous mountain of mossy old logs, which happens to house a small family of frogs. Now those frogs like to bathe in the stream in the sun, and roll in the mouse, which is good froggy fun, till one day the river rose up, and the logs were washed on the river along with the frogs. Now frogs are good swimmer, I'm happy to say, so safely they watched their homes drifting away. They sat in a row on the bank except one, who drifted along on his log in the sun. I will not abandon my home, said the frog. He drifted along in the sun on his log. An hour passed by when the frog saw a dog as he drifted along in the sun on his log. It stood on the bank, quietly having a drink, in the shade of a tree. It made the frog think, kind dog, I appear to need some assistance. I've drifted downstream a considerable distance. The bank by the hut, for that place I so yearn. To my friends and my family I'd gladly return.
Small frog, said the dog, I will carry you gladly, but the wood sends a splinter in my mouth rather badly. So ride my back, if you like, said the dog. But you'll have to abandon your mossy old log.
I will not abandon my home, said the frog, and he drifted along in the sun on his log. Another hour passed by as he drifted along, alone on his log, in the heat of the sun, when he happened to spy a nearby bog, a snout and 2 eyes and a mud-loving hog. Dear hog, I appear to need some assistance. I've drifted downstream a considerable distance, to the bank by the hut, for the place I so yearn. To my friends and my family I gladly return.
Small frog, I've been bathed in a marvelous muck. Could clean my snout, but your log's out of luck. I'm afraid it will slip off, said the hog, so you'll have to abandon your mossy old log.
I will not abandon my home, said the frog, and he drifted along in the sun on his log. The sun was now sizzling high in the sky, and it beat down upon the frog drifting by. Lay down on his log as the river's end loomed, at sharp jagged rocks and certain frog doom. I wish I accepted the help of the dog, or hopped on the snout of the mud-loving hog, he thought when he saw at the base of those rocks the splintered remains of some mossy old logs. But what What's that bobbing along in the foam? A log that was moved away from the stone. There was no time to think, and the little frog knew it. He took a deep breath, then he hopped right onto it. How sad that I had to abandon my home, said the stubborn old frog as it smashed on the stone. Then looking about him, he saw with a surprise his new mossy log came complete with 2 eyes. Well, what do we have here? Said the stunned crocodile. He grinned at the frog with a wide-toothy smile.
A log hopping froggy, and I have a hunch he hasn't dropped by for a spot of light lunch.
The frog gave a gulp. This is worse than I feared, thought the frog on the crock, and he shed a small tear. I'm done before I had it, finito, kaput. I'll never see the bank by the hut.
Now, said the croc, stop crying in assistance. I too have been swept by a considerable distance, from way past the hut and the leaky canoe. I'm headed back now. Are you coming too?
So upstream they traveled, the croc and the frog, and they waved as they passed the mud-loving hog, and the dog on the bank in the shade of the tree to arrive at the place where the logs used to be. Thank you so kindly for taking me home, said the frog on the croc, now no longer alone, and he hopped from the back of the croc to the bank. The croc waved goodbye, then his crocky heart sang. Nice frog, I appear to need some assistance. You see, I lead a rather lonely existence. My home way upriver was washed away too, so if it's okay, can I stay here with you? And that's how we leave them, the frogs and their friend. There's no better place for this story to end. A family of frogs and a crocodile too, and a croaky old hut and a croaky canoe.
Did you know that frogs have to go through metamorphosis? Come on, say it with me. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is when a baby animal has to change to look like an adult. I'm an example of an animal that has to change. I first start off as an egg, then tadpole, and then one day I'll become a frog. Come on, watch me grow. I'm a squishy little egg, jelly and round. One day I hatched and gained a tail to swim around. I kept on eating, which made me grow. Now I got 2 back legs and wiggly toes. I'm very cute and got a lot of charm. Oh look, I just gained a new pair of arms. Now I love to swim, dive, and flail. Oh no! I lost my green tail! Oh, I'm okay. Look and see. I'm a jumping frog, as happy as can be.
Hi Nature Nuggets, it's Miss Ariel here. My friends and I had a mini adventure at Meadows from Columbus State University. This is where we learned about frogs and observed tadpoles and amphibians up close. Come on, it smells like nature out here. Do you see those tiny little dots floating in the water? Those are tadpoles. Tadpoles are baby frogs. So one day, those tiny little dots will become an adult frog.
You got it?
So we found, we're catching some tadpoles and minnows. What have you been finding?
Fish and tadpoles, baby tadpoles.
Okay. What have you found?
I found a.
And he also dropped the.
You found a.
Hi guys, welcome to STEAM time. Can you guess what we're going to be doing today? It's usually green, it's icky, and it's really fun to make. We're going to make our very own slime. So, do you know what animals make their own slime? That's right, amphibians do. So frogs, salamanders, newts, and toads, they make their very own slime. The reason why they make their own slime is to keep their skin nice and moist. This helps them breathe. That's right. Frogs and salamanders can breathe through their skin. That's like you sticking your finger in a cup of water and going slurp. Refreshing. Can you guys do that with your skin? No, that'd be silly. So come on, let's hop in. Let's make some slime. Here's what you're going to need. Some glue, borax, water, measuring utensils, 2 cups or containers, a stir or a spoon, and I like to use a pipette. This is not necessary, but I like to use them. So, let's get started. So before we get started, let's make our borax solution. So right here I have a container, and I'm going to put some water in it. So I'm gonna do 1/3 cup of water. And then I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of borax. And then I am going to mix So for best results, you can use hot water to make sure that the borax will dissolve properly. So I'm just mixing my borax. And I'm just going to leave this off to the side. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have my glue. And I'm going to put about 1/4 of the glue inside the container. Doesn't have to be exact. That's all the glue I'm going to put in a container. So this is the most important part. So I'm going to take the pipette and I'm going to use the borax water and I'm going to squeeze, then release, and I'm going to put borax in the glue solution. next thing, which is very important, is to stir it thoroughly. You can already see it change into a nice slimy mixture. So if it's still really sticky like this, it's always best to add in some more borax to make it thicker. So it's all about adding borax and mixing it. This is where I like to take it out and just use my hands. So I'm just mixing it really good. And you see how it's making that gross sound? And it's making my hands real sticky. So it's not ready yet. So I like to just put a little bit of borax in my hand. And I kind of like to keep on kneading it until my hands is no longer sticky. You can actually see it forming quite nicely. So here I go, and I'm still molding it, making it to a nice slime. And there you have it. Slime. So, I hope you guys had fun making slime with me.
Close your eyes. What do you hear? I hear birds, crickets, and if you listen closely, I even hear frogs. This is Run's Pond at Oxbow, and the perfect habitat for many animals. If you look closely in the water, you may find some baby tadpoles. How many do you see? Wow, there's so many. I hope you had a fun time learning about amphibians with me. Until next time, bye!